The world has shifted to a multipolar landscape where no entity wields exclusive sanctioning powers. Even the West lacks unilateral authority. China and Russia can now impose sanctions. In 1951, the first nuclear reactor for electricity emerged, fully operational in 1953 in the US. Nuclear energy gained global acceptance, reliant on costly uranium predominantly owned by a few nations like Russia, China, and select African countries. China ranks 8th in uranium production, crucial for clean energy. However, differences in US sanctions prompted China and Russia to retaliate, imposing sanctions on the US, posing a significant challenge for US energy security and sparking concerns about retaliation's repercussions. Stay with us until the end to find out how these sanctions will impact the situation. Recent global political tensions have entered a new phase, centering on the critical resource of uranium and involving Russia, China, and the United States. Uranium, essential for nuclear energy and power generation, has become a focal point in a complex geopolitical struggle with profound implications for international relations, energy security, and global markets. Significantly, GSE Technip Export, a prominent Russian uranium exporter, has hinted at a potential ban on uranium exports to the US. This move is perceived as retaliation against previous US-imposed restrictions. Initial reports from UR News, citing informed sources, shed light on the intricacies of the current geopolitical landscape. Major American electric companies, including Constellation Energy Corp., Duke Energy Corp., and Dominion Energy Incorporated, have been apprised of this development. However, the Russian authorities have not yet finalized their decision regarding the export restriction. This situation underscores the vulnerability and interconnectedness of international trade relationships, particularly concerning vital resources like uranium. Concurrently, China has entered the arena by imposing sanctions on uranium exports to the US, further complicating the already intricate global uranium supply dynamics. The consequences of these sanctions by both Russia and China cannot be overstated. They directly affect the US's ability to secure a stable uranium supply, prompting US energy companies to reassess their uranium supply chains before the potential Russian ban takes effect in 90 days. This development is further significant given recent actions by the United States House of Representatives, which enacted legislation prohibiting the import of Russian uranium until 2040. This signifies a long-term shift in U.S. policy regarding critical energy resource procurement. Recent developments are further highlighted by the recent surge in U.S. uranium purchases from Russia. In 2023, the U.S. significantly increased its imports of uranium from Russia, effectively making Russia the second largest supplier of the resource to the U.S., trailing only behind Britain. This surge emphasizes the critical role of Russian uranium in the U.S. energy portfolio. The looming potential ban on Russian uranium exports to the U.S. poses a formidable challenge for American energy firms. Should Russia enact this embargo, the U.S. would be compelled to search for alternative sources to meet its uranium requirements. This predicament extends beyond the energy sector, impacting international trade, diplomatic ties, and strategic partnerships. This intricate scenario, revolving around uranium trade between Russia, China, and the US, mirrors broader geopolitical tensions and economic interconnections shaping the contemporary global order. The choices and strategies adopted by these nations in the uranium trade domain will exert far-reaching effects, not only on energy markets but also on the wider landscape of international politics and the global power balance. These unfolding developments have several critical aspects to consider. Firstly, the global uranium market's impact cannot be underestimated. The potential supply reduction from Russia and Chinese sanctions could prompt significant shifts in uranium prices and availability globally. This situation might incentivize other uranium-producing countries to boost output or increase mining activities elsewhere. Secondly, the responses of the US and its allies are pivotal for global energy security. Diversifying uranium sources, investing in alternative energy, and enhancing diplomatic efforts to mitigate sanctions' impact are crucial. The US may turn to Canada, Australia, and Kazakhstan, major uranium producers, to fill the gap left by Russia and China. Additionally, these developments profoundly affect worldwide nuclear energy policies. Nuclear power, touted as a clean energy source, heavily relies on a stable uranium supply. Uranium market disruptions could influence global approaches to nuclear energy, potentially accelerating the shift to renewables or increasing nuclear technology investments for energy independence. The geopolitical implications are significant. The US, Russia, and China are major global players, and their actions in the uranium market reflect broader strategic interests. Sanctions, trade restrictions, and retaliatory measures highlight the complexities of 21st century international relations. These developments may reshape global alliances, alter power dynamics, and potentially create new geopolitical blocs. International organizations and regulatory bodies, such as the International Atomic Energy Agency or IAEA, the World Trade Organization or WTO, and regional alliances, could play crucial roles in resolving these disputes, ensuring adherence to international norms and maintaining stability in the global nuclear energy landscape. A crucial aspect to consider is the impact on the global nuclear energy sector. The heavy reliance of many nations on nuclear power for their energy needs places great importance on uranium's availability and price. Potential uranium scarcity or price hikes could prompt countries to reevaluate their energy strategies, possibly expediting the shift towards alternative energy sources. This transition could profoundly affect global efforts to combat climate change, as nations must balance energy requirements with environmental commitments. Additionally, questions arise regarding the resilience and diversity of global supply chains. The US, for instance, faces the challenge of securing reliable and sustainable uranium sources. This situation may lead to increased investments in domestic uranium mining, exploration of new deposits, or the development of alternative technologies like thorium-based nuclear reactors. Such developments could reshape the global nuclear energy landscape. Furthermore, the diplomatic implications are substantial. The US, Russia, and China's actions in uranium trade are closely intertwined with broader geopolitical strategies. This scenario could potentially trigger realignments in international alliances, with countries reconsidering their foreign policies and trade partnerships in light of energy security considerations. International diplomacy and negotiation are crucial in addressing these challenges, facilitating de-escalation, trade agreements, and joint initiatives for a stable uranium supply. Such negotiations involve complex interests, including energy security, economic development, and strategic balance. This situation also underscores the importance of regulatory frameworks and international oversight for managing global trade and ensuring adherence to international norms. Organizations like the World Trade Organization and other international bodies may play a pivotal role in mediating disputes and maintaining global trade stability. Economically, these developments have widespread consequences, affecting the energy sector, electricity prices, and the viability of nuclear power plants. Global investment trends may shift as investors reassess portfolios in response to energy sector geopolitics. These events emphasize the interconnected nature of global markets, necessitating a coordinated approach to global governance and trade policies. Moreover, uranium trade implications extend to nuclear non-proliferation efforts, where changes must be carefully managed to avoid undermining global non-proliferation frameworks while meeting energy needs. Given these challenges, it's crucial for nations and international bodies to collaborate on finding solutions that address immediate energy security concerns while also considering long-term global stability and prosperity. This may entail creating new frameworks for international energy cooperation, investing in alternative energy research, and bolstering conflict resolution mechanisms. The potential bans and sanctions on uranium exports by China and Russia to the US encompass intricate economic, diplomatic, strategic, and environmental dimensions. How these challenges are managed will profoundly impact global energy security, international relations, and the world order stability. As this situation unfolds, monitoring responses and strategies from key players and the role of international organizations will be vital in achieving a balanced and effective resolution. What are your thoughts on the impact of Russia and China's uranium sanctions on global energy security? Feel free to share your insights in the comments below. Join the Revel Discovery community by subscribing and stay updated on this critical shift in global economics. As we explore these significant developments, your perspective is invaluable. Keep engaged with us.